Okay. Hello. So here we are at the Westminster Bridge Piper song. Um, as you can see, it's a little chilly and I'm a little bundled up. My fingers are a little freezing, so they're not moving as quickly as I would like them to. Um, but let's go over all the parts, and then you'll have everything down to work on. Um, First of all, there's a couple of I'm noticing a few different things from what I have actually worked with you way back when last year when we first started tackling this song. Uh, but there's a lot of hinted chords, which means we're not physically holding a whole D chord, but we're playing enough notes or some patterns out of it to make you think that we're playing a full-on D chord. So there's this pattern, and I'm using my middle finger on the A note on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and I'm doing a picking pattern with the thumb. I use my middle finger, but you can use your index if you want. So my thumb is plucking the 4th string open, then the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then my thumb is plucking the 5th string open, and then 3rd string, 2nd fret again. This pattern is for a D chord. So we got one measure of D chord here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're going to move our ring finger up to the 3rd string, 6th string, 3rd fret. Pattern is going to be very similar. The thumb is going to pluck the 6th string. My finger, whichever finger you want to do it, is plucking the 3rd string, 2nd fret. The middle finger stays put, doesn't go anywhere. And my thumb alternates between the 6th and the 4th string. And that's the pattern for a G. So we got here a measure of D, a measure of G, a measure of D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got a half a measure of a G and then half a measure of an A. For the A pattern, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my pointer finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and I'm going to pluck with the thumb, 5th string open, finger on the 3rd string, and then thumb on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So I got this. And this is my A pattern. So the first line is D, G, D, half a measure of G, half a measure of A. So we got D, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, A, 4. Next, we got a pattern for a B minor. This time, actually, my plucking finger is going to move to the 2nd string. I keep the middle finger down. Keep the middle finger down on the 2nd string, on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, because it's going to come in handy later. This is the B minor pattern. And what it is I put my pointer finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then I'm plucking the 5th string, 2nd string open, and then 4th string open, and then 2nd string. So that's my B minor pattern. And then we're going back to a G pattern, but we're going to actually maintain the plucking the 2nd string with the right hand. It's a slightly different G for texture purposes. So I got a measure of B minor, G, B minor, and A. 1. Notice that this time my picking finger went back to the 3rd string. 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5. So that's your basic A section that happens here. Hold together D, G with a cool little twist here. Back to D, G, A, B minor, G, B minor, and A. And that's the first 2 lines of the song. The next two lines are practically the same with a slight little variation at the end, at the last two measures. It starts the same, D, G with a twist, D, G, A, B minor, G, B minor. We got a B minor one time, or half the pattern I should say. So I got my pointer finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, plucking the 2nd string open. Then it's a G, which is on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then my finger doing the 3rd string open. This is can get a little tricky. And then I'm going back to A with these two fingers. If you end up doing, you could get away with it by leaving your middle finger down, but if you really want to get it correctly, that's the correct pattern. So I got a B minor, G, A, D. And we're going to let that note ring. We're not going to play the pattern all the way. As you can all together, D, G, D, G, A, B minor, G, B minor, G, A, D. And that's your A section, but with the twist. Next pattern, next section is the B section, and usually on the B sections we do something different but somehow connecting. And the pattern is going to be very similar here, but with a few little twists. So next we got the B section here, and we're going to do something a little different there, but still the same. Pattern in the right hand stays very similar, but some of the notes change here on the left hand, which gives you a little different flavor, building on what we did, but different flavor altogether. So first it starts with a measure of G. I'm using my ring finger for the G note on the 6th string 3rd fret, and I'm plucking 6th string, 2nd, 4th, 2nd. One measure of that. Then it's a B minor to A, but we're going to do the B minor a little differently, and the A for that matter. I got my pointer finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, and I got my pinky, if you want to use a different finger feel free to do that, on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and I'm just plucking 5th string 2nd, 5th string 2nd, and I do this for half a measure, 1 and 2, and then I have an A. What I got here on the A is the 5th string open with the thumb, and then the 2nd string 2nd fret with whichever plucking finger you use, middle or index, whichever one works for you. And I'm going to do this way, 3 and 4. I'm not answering that last bass note. Altogether that measure So what we got from the beginning is G, B minor, A, then another measure of G, and then a measure of D, just like we worked on it in the first section. So altogether, the first line of the second page of this, of the B section, There it is. Here, one second more. And then we're going back. The second line of the B section starts the same way. Again, same idea. Start the same way and then develop the idea. G, B minor, A. Then we got an E minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and which is I got. You can use middle or pointer finger, whichever finger you want, on the 4th string 2nd fret, and I'm plucking 6th string 3rd, 4th, 3rd. That's my pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're going to end on a G, but we're not going to play it all the way through. Just like we ended the end of the first A section, or sorry, the end of the second A section. So the second line of the B section. Altogether, the B section. And then we're going to go back to the second A section, the one with the twist at the second half of it. And that's the second page, rhythm guitar part. Okay, this is the melody part, and you'll be able to kind of hear it off the recording as well pretty well. I'm not going to stop and explain every little note here. I'll just try to play it super slow so you can see every one of the notes. See exactly where I'm pressing. I'm also not zeroing in on my right hand because I'm using a pick for that. But you can use fingers if you want, either or, however it works for you. And just listen to the song a lot, listen to the music a lot, and so you get it in your head, and then it'll be a lot easier. Anyway, first A section. Second A section. Or another way to play that second A section, if it's easier without reaching with your pinky a lot, would be something like this. Or any kind of combination of any of those notes. Next, the B section. Okay, here's the B section. Let me play it slower. One of the things you may notice here is that sometimes I play, let's say in the beginning, Sometimes I'll play it here. Sometimes I'll play it here. And sometimes I'll do various combinations of the two. The cool thing about guitars, you can play the same note, like this fifth string, that's this first string open E. You can play it on the second string, 5th fret. This second string B, you can play on the third string, 4th fret. So sometimes I'll play it like this. Sometimes I'll play it here. You can pick whichever version you like, whatever works comfortably for you. So that was the B section, and then we're playing back to the second A section. And there you have everything you need for this song. Okay, I want to add one little simple guitar part that if those of you, if you have a harder time with doing all the fancy work and you don't have the same kind of experience, you can play something like this and it'll complement what the other guitar players are doing. I'm going to start. The key thing here is to keep the pinky here on the second string, 3rd fret. And I'm just going to do some kind of a light arpeggios tricks to help me to enhance, to make it make the music a little prettier. I'm going to use my pinky on the second string, 3rd fret the whole time. And I'm kind of mixing things up a little bit. I start for the D chord. I'm going to add my middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And I'm just going to play the strings here one at a time. Strings 4, 3, 2 for the D chord. 1, 2. Then I have a G chord, so I'm just going to move my ring finger to the 6th string, 3rd fret. Notice I lifted up my middle finger and I'm plucking strings 6, 3, 2. So, yeah. And then back to D. And then I have half a measure of G, half a measure of A, which I'm just going to play bass notes to make the patterns a lot easier. So I'm plucking 6th string, 3rd fret, and then 5th string open. So the whole first line for you would be that's it. Next line. This is probably the hardest part that you'll have here. I'm adding the ring finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and the middle finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And if you want to do it this way, using different fingers, feel free to do that. This is just what works for me. And I'm going to do 5th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. Notice the pinkies the whole time is on that 2nd string, 3rd fret. I haven't moved it yet. So that will be my B minor. Then I have to go to a G, which was this, but you can keep the middle finger down just for safety purposes, because you're going to have to go to that B minor in a minute again. So I got B minor, G, and I'm going back after the G to the B minor. B minor, G, B minor, A, and I'm just going to play an A open string, 5th string open, and hold it. So the whole second line would look like this. Altogether, the first two lines. The The next two lines are going to start the same, they're just going to end a little differently. Starting with a D, G, D, G, A, B minor, G, B. I'm going to do a B note on the 5th string 2nd fret, G note on the 6th string 3rd fret, and then A open. This is again a kind of a fast part. The last line again, B minor, G, B, G, A, and back to D. Second A part and second half of the first page, the second A, all together, D, G, D, G, A, B minor, G, B, G, A, D, and there you have it. B section, everything, pinky still here, hasn't left at all. G to a B minor, and B and an A, so you might want to just play the bass note. G, B, A. I got 5th string 2nd fret for the B, 5th string open for the A. And then it's just a G and a D chord. So altogether the first line of the B section, second line is going to be almost the same, starts the same, G, B, A, E, and for the E minor I should say, I'm just using the 6th string open, and I'm playing 6th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and then finish it off with a G. E minor, G. So altogether the second line of the B section, G, B, A, G, D, G, B, A, E minor, G. Then we're going to go back to the second A section, the bottom of the first page, which is the same as the bottom of the second page. D, G, D, G, A, B minor, G, G, B, G, A, D. Here's your part all together, beginning to end. B section. A section. And there you have it. A little tag there at the end for one of the other songs, again, that we need some chords. Background. C. This is a C chord. And you can refer to my ice cream chords to learn all these chords. C, G, F, C, A minor, and this is the only chord that's not in those ice cream chords that we need to talk about, D minor. So I got my pointer finger on the first string, first fret, my ring finger, and you can use the pinky instead, whichever one's more comfortable for you, on the second string, third fret, and my middle finger on the third string, second fret. So I got C, G, F, C, A minor, D minor, F, G. That's your main verse, and we're going to do that twice. And then the chorus is going to be one measure of C, two measures of G, one measure of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Again, C, G, G, back to C. And there you have that little section.